In this next topic, we've got an interesting headline where Tesla is set to start to sell lease securitization bonds out there. So let's take a look at this and try and unpack what this actually means and if this will affect the current market for leasing. Maybe we'll see. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Tesla Roddy. They posted this. Tesla prepares for $1.8 billion lease securitization report. So what this actually is if you remember, maybe you don't remember, in 2008, with the housing crisis, what actually went wrong was, I guess, these banks were packaging these security investments. Maybe I'm using the terminology wrong, and they would package them based upon like a bunch of different home mortgages out there, and then resell those packages to future investors. It seems like that's going to be the same thing that's happening now, basically turning in a bunch of individual leaseholders that are leasing a Tesla, package it up together as an investment vehicle, and then selling it to other banks or other investors out there. And so pretty interesting aspect here, because a Tesla lease might be seen as a pretty strong investment opportunity. I mean, leases, people that are buying Teslas are typically of a higher income, and people leasing a vehicle probably have to have a pretty much a good credit to get approval for it. Usually there's a set amount down that's required, at least 10%. You cannot get anything less than that. So these packages of these vehicles might not be a bad idea in terms of a lease investment. On top of that, Teslas do typically hold better value than other vehicles. But of course, with these most recent price drops and incentives, maybe that won't hold as strong anymore. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff if Tesla goes and turns around and gets these investments, or gets these, I guess, liabilities off their books. That might turn around and set up a bridge for Tesla to quickly try and get as many lease vehicles out through a different sales arm in the near future. So Tesla might jump all in with leasing in the near future. I feel like they've been a little bit hesitant with it and maybe not even doing it as much. So it would be a pretty interesting thing if Tesla is able to structure this bridge through leasing and sell a ton more vehicles this way. Maybe even offer higher promotions or for Tesla leases in the future. But definitely interesting to see. I would love to see if there's a better lease payment for a Tesla lease vehicle. And I've definitely thought about leasing a Tesla vehicle at the end of the day. But there are some drawbacks to it. The first one being that with a Tesla lease, you cannot buy the lease out, and you cannot buy the lease out at the end of the equity as well. So it really doesn't make any sort of sense, and you're really renting the vehicle. But if you are interested in doing a short-term vehicle rental, like a 2-year or 3-year one, and you're waiting for the newest Highland maybe, then it could make a lot of sense. But we're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button.